I guess you've all seen this sort of stuff, yeah? Frame flex in fifth wheel RVs. People have asked us, because we have a toy hauler, it's a big trailer, do we have any signs of frame flex? And initially I was a little bit blinded to the symptoms, but when I started looking, I started finding we do have signs of excessive movement. Now, for those of you that don't know what frame flex is, all frames are supposed to flex a little bit. However, the way the walls are attached to the front end of the trailer is not very good. And it's not just our brand RV, it's all brands of RV. Some brands are actually trying to make an effort to fix this problem. But our particular model trailer is renowned for suffering from it because it's a big trailer. And the signs are that the walls are moving relative to the chassis of the trailer. Worst case would be rippling of the walls. We haven't got that, but we've got the initial symptoms, and that is broken screws, screws that are backing out from the sidewalls on the outside. Our entertainment cabinetry is starting to break up. It's falling apart. We've had bits falling off, and when I've removed these speaker grills and looked inside, and I can see the aluminium frame, broken welds. Now, I don't know how structural these particular welds are. Maybe it's holding up the furniture, but they're broken. Man, I was just putting the speaker back on. I was just about to, and I just realized some more frame, or at least furniture destruction. Have a look at this. Right in the corner. This corner here, which is against the wall. Have a look. The screws are completely out. Staples have pulled out up there. Screws have just backed out. So much movement. Oh man. This is not good. This is not good. So that's my biggest concern right now, is we need to tighten this thing up. First of all, the way the front walls attach to the chassis apparently is only 2 bolts. Oh, no, they're not even bolts. They're screws called lag screws. And apparently there are holes, 5 holes, but only 2 screws are used. And that was what our manufacturer deemed necessary, only 2. Right now, today, we're gonna remove the couches, we're going to remove the carpet and access these lag bolts and see what shape they're in. I've seen on videos that people find that they're just turning. They're not biting anymore, and hence the walls are moving, and it's all slowly racking as you're driving. It's racking and breaking apart, and that's what we have the initial symptoms of. And I want to try and nip it in the bud, not let it get any worse. We've got to fix this up. So my intention today is to access the lag bolts and see what condition they're in, and then we're going to go out and buy some more from the hardware. They're easily obtainable. Oversize them, insert them, mount them. It's not necessarily a simple job, because the frame that they screw into is a piece of aluminium about this big with wood, and you got to screw into that. Not go too far, because you end up coming through the outside wall. And then the piece of wood that you're biting into is this big softwood, and it's very easy to over torque it and then strip it out. So this is definitely not the most effective way to mount a wall to a chassis. I can't think of any alternatives except to just beef up what they've already got. Anyway, it is time to get on with this project, because I'm afraid to pull the trailer anymore until I've strengthened up this front end. Let's get on to that. Alrighty. So, in theory, our lag bolts are somewhere along this sill here, the bottom of the wall. I don't know if it's any different because we've got slides here in a way, I'm not sure. And we should be able to feel 2 bolt heads through the carpet. but I can't feel anything. So all we can do is uncover the carpet and see what's going on. And all right, so we can pull this edge up here, and then maybe lots of staples, I think, holding this in. Yeah. There we go. Something's moving. There we go. All right. Good. So, come on. He's coming. Nearly there. Yeah. All right. Let's have a look at this. Yay! 2 bolts.
Okay.
And there's the empty holes.
There's 1, 2.
All right, so that's a good sign.
How many?
There should be 5 holes. It's just... All right.
Oh, there's 3 bolts.
Oh my goodness. Well, the good news is
It's tight.
they're tight. They're not loose and fallen off, which some of the guys have found that it's like completely out or it's broken. And we got 3, which is better than 2. Well, good news. We found the lag bolts, and there's 3, and they're tight. Trying to pull one out to see the sizing. There's at least 2 empty holes. We're going to investigate if we can fill them. So, wow.
That's huge.
So this is the bit that's in the wood inside the wall frame. So these are massive compared to the other RVs,
Yeah.
which are normally this big. Wow. What's the deal? All right. So the other 2 holes, that one's empty. This one has a broken lag bolt. The least we can do is drill another hole next to it and insert a new lag bolt there. But that's a big screw.
Yeah.
Well, the reason is because it's only this end. You can see the brown bit that is inside some timber. And that's all it's holding the wall on. Is this. It's really a bad design, but this is how they're all done. All right. So unbelievably, I managed to get new 5.5-inch lag bolts. Took a few hardwares, but we found them. Yeah. So why on earth are they 5.5 inches? Well, we were pleasantly surprised to find we've got a double frame up here. Can you see in there?
A little bit.
So that's why. So that's the wall just there. And you can see that's how much the bolt will go into the wood. But that's why we have 5.5-inch bolts. And that can only be a good thing, can't it? Stronger. That's a good thing. But that's not the issue. The frame is not a problem. The frame is not weak. It is the attachment of the walls to the frame, which is weak. But we're doing our best here to make it stronger. So the idea is this broken one. I'm going to drill a hole next to it and insert a new lag bolt there. And then this hole up forward here, I will insert a lag bolt. So it's not as simple as that. You can't just drill a hole and put the bolt in because it's going through various layers. You've got about that wide of chassis frame, and then you've got the wall. And the wall is a piece of aluminium RHS, rectangular hollow section, with wood inserted in it so that the very tip of the lag bolt has something to bite on. And going by the color here, You can see it's a little rusty. I'm guessing that's the moisture in the timber. So it's only that end which is holding in the timber. So the hole is 3/8. I'm going to drill in the metal a 3/8 hole that deep, and I've measured that by feeling the other side of the frame. And I don't want to drill a 3/8 hole into the wall frame. That would mean that there's no bite. So from there I'm going to have to look at maybe a 1/4 inch, and that's why I bought this guy. How long is that? It's long enough. That's why I bought a 1/4 inch drill to get into the frame. And there it is there. That deep. Not exactly the most powerful weapon, but here we go. Go forward of the hole. Bit of lubrication. We all need a little bit of lube. One skin through the RHS on the chassis. And this is the 1/4 inch, so I'm going to go all the way through to the wood. And then with the bigger drill bit, I'll do the chassis. Maybe some. So I just put this new bolt in the empty hole, and I'm taking it out again, and you can see it's just stripped the thread.
Oh, wow. It's gone.
I'm thinking this hole or the next hole is not big enough, so I need to just drill these out a bit more so that it doesn't strip the thread, because it's only that last bit that's going into the wood and it's got no thread anymore. Yeah. It's almost smooth. I did notice the original one that I pulled out also had little thread left, and it's just flattened it out.
Oh my gosh.
So I think if I just oversize these holes a little more, this won't happen.
Yay.
And we are done. So this is the left side of the RV. See what it's gonna bring.
Oh, wow.
3.
Still 3.
Missing that one. Is that
one?
That one got a... No, it's just a hole. 3 again. At least they're consistent, although it's in different spots. 3 out of 5. Whoa! Got wood. So I'm putting spring washers on these lag bolts just to try and keep it from undoing. So this is the very important bit. Just don't over tighten. That will do. Well, it's the end of the day and I've nearly finished one side. But I had to go shopping. Clonk, clonk. I had to buy a drill that can drill through steel, really. The old little battery thing just wasn't cutting it. So back to Harbour Freight. It's about 25 miles from here. I've got the 5 bolts in, and I'm going to be able to fix up that side in about half an hour. Should be done. It'll be dark by then, but that's okay. But I'm really not convinced that this is just such a bad way to attach the walls. You know, and these front walls on this design has got the slides, which are so heavy and you know, would cause flexing just by themselves. My thought is, and we've found out why they're 5.5 inches long. It's because it's got double frame. The chassis is double frame RHS just here. Rectangular hollow section. And so it's just this end, this little bit sticking into the aluminium frame of the wall and the wood inside the aluminium tube. Just these little few, I'm saying 5 threads holding on the wall in 5 places now. It was 3. Some people have 2. In fact, most people only find 2 bolts. All right, so it's going to be better, but I'm just not convinced that it is good. And the only really, I'm asking you guys out there, please, if someone's got a good idea, let me know. But just the good ideas only, okay? Not the, anyway. My idea, it's not going to be pretty, is to buy a bolt about that long, drill straight through the outside wall, and the bolt will be on the outside, a nut on the inside here. Tighten it down. Bolts with a nut on the end. That seems much better. The wall, of course, is only made of plywood, but where the bolt is going through is aluminium frame. So be able to put more pressure, not a lot more pressure, but definitely it's not going to come undone, you know. It's never going to loosen. A bit of Loctite or a nylock on the inside here. That's my idea. That you guys got a better idea, let me know. Would love to know, because this is a huge problem for the RV industry right now. People are realizing the crap that they own. You know, it looks pretty, but that's all. It's not held together very well at all. So if we can make it stronger, let me know. And we'll let the rest of the RV market know as well. Drill holes, put bolts through. It's my idea. Not ready to do it yet? Please. Give me your idea. We've got ourselves a little problem. I was pressure washing the roof. I noticed some bubbling of the cloth roof. Turned out those bubbles were full of water. Our hitch is telling us that we're overweight. We're going to find out for sure by getting on a CAT scale. This is saying we're overweight. Once we do the calculations, we will know. It's cold here. We're up at Jackson Hole, Wyoming. What do you reckon? Big dogs. Big dogs with horns.